Hi APS Online students, this is Mr. Brysh, your counselor. I'm here today to talk about credits and transcripts and to answer these questions on the right hand side of the screen. How many credits do you need to graduate? And what are some good tips for being successful in obtaining all of those credits? We're working on our Individualized Career and Academic Plan, or ICAP, and we're working on completing that. So one of the first steps that we need to do is to set goals for ourselves. And then we're going to talk about the credits and transcripts here. And then we're going to take the PWR goal setting survey that goes along with our goals and all the credits and transcripts. So if you're watching this at home, I'm going to talk about credits and transcripts first, and then I'm going to go over a couple of things: how to set goals, and then how to do the survey. So let's get right to it. Being on track, we talk a lot about at APS Online, and what it means is that you're getting the number of credits you need to graduate. So to answer our first question here, how many credits do you need to graduate? You need 22. But more important than that, you're going to need them in specific areas. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But to be on track, a freshman at the end of freshman year should have 6 credits. A sophomore at the end of sophomore year should have 12. A junior at the end of his or her junior year should have 17, and then a senior should have 22. These are the areas in which you need those credits. So for civics, for instance, you need half a credit, half a year, 2 quarters. For language arts, you need to have 4 credits. So you need to pass all of your language arts every year to be considered on track, for instance. For math, it's 4. For science, you're going to need 3 credits. For social science, you're going to need 1.5. For US history is 1. World language is 1. And electives are 7. If you're on the college track, you need to add at least 1 more world language here. So if you're planning on going to college, it'll be helpful to have 2 years of the same world language. Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2, Chinese 1, Chinese 2. Some schools that are highly selective want 3. So if you want to keep all doors open to you, maybe the best thing might be to get 3 years of world language. But you do only need 1 to graduate. We at APS Online call it Club 22, and that is the club for seniors who are going to get their 22 credits this year. Each class is worth 1 quarter credit for each quarter. It's easy, quarter credit for each quarter. And so if you're in a course all year long, you'd get 1 credit as long as you passed each quarter. And failing a class can hurt your chances of graduating on time, especially if it's an English class or a math class, because you need all 4 years. You need 4 credits of those. You need all 4 years of those to graduate. Some students ask me about grade point averages, so I thought I would go over this for everybody just in case you're sitting at home and you don't know how to calculate it. What you do is you give yourself 4 points for each A that you have, 3 points for each B, 2 points for each C, 1 point for each D, and 0 points for each F. Then you're going to add up all those numbers together and then divide by the total number of grades. And that's how you get your grade point average. On your transcript, it's calculating your grade point average for every quarter that you go through. So it's a running total from your first class, your freshman year, to the last class, your senior year. So let's look at an example. If your grades look like this, say you're in 10th grade, and you have English 10 and US history, Core 2, chemistry, Spanish 2, and yearbook, you got these grades. We would add them: a 3 for a B, a 2 for a C, 3 for a B, a 1 for a D, 4 for an A, a 3 for a B. We would add up all those numbers. We would divide by the total number of classes. We have 6 classes. We would divide by 6, and you would get a GPA of 2.7. Your transcript is calculating this every quarter all year long, right? So This would just be 1/4 of a GPA. That's why every class is important. If you would like to calculate your index, you can go to, you're probably watching this video as an embed in your iCap. Look right at the bottom of the page. You'll see, I'll put this PowerPoint up there, and all you have to do is click into here, and it'll explain your index score. Here's an example of an admissions chart. Down the left-hand side is your GPA. On the top is your SAT or ACT scores. The blue area is automatic acceptance into college. That's good because you don't have to write an essay, you don't have to submit letters of recommendation. The college is going to be contacting you and saying, hey, we would like you to be in our school. So if you got an average ACT score of a 17 or an 18, and you had a GPA of a 2.9 or 3.0, you would be automatically into this particular college. So that's the nice thing about it. So if you would like to calculate your index score, all you have to do is go right here. Let's talk a little bit about how to be successful at APS Online and in high school in general. One is about attendance. It's probably the most important thing, because if you are here all the time, you are going to do well. You're going to meet your teachers, they're going to get to know you, you're going to be able to be in all the webinars you need, you're going to be able to participate in all the class discussions and projects and group work and stuff that the class needs. So attendance is really important, the most important thing. Our average daily attendance for the school is about 98%, which means that 98% of our students are here in the school at any one time. And that's really important to us, and so you should sort of set your goal to be kind of along the same lines. The more you're here, the better off you're going to be. Another good thing to think about is becoming involved in activities and clubs. We have some clubs that we've started here at APS Online. There's Craft Club, Gaming Club, Conversational Spanish, Philosophy Club. If any of those are appealing to you, you should join them. Talk to me about it. I'll tell you who to contact. If you want to create your own club, that's another good thing to contact me about. Because we could sit down, write a proposal, send it to Ms. Doran, our principal, and you could have your own club. That's how all the rest of these got started. Always give your best effort, obviously. So try your best on all things. That's just good advice about life, really. And then have a growth mindset. For all of those of you that have been through Introduction to Online Learning, we talk about a bit about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. You would want to have your mindset be in a growth mindset, because what that means is that you believe then that hard work equals success, that making mistakes is how you learn. And those are important things to know. What we don't want is for students to just kind of drift on by and not give their best effort, and to believe that hard work doesn't pay off. We want students to have the opposite kind of mindset, right? To always give your best effort, to make lots of mistakes. Making lots of mistakes means you're growing, means you're learning, means you're forming new connections in your brain, and that means you're going to remember it better next time. So those are some tips about how to be successful in high school. If you have good attendance and good grades, a lot of programs are available to you, one of which is Pickens. So just like the CCHE index, you can come over here and click it if you are wanting to see all the Pickens programs. They have everything from auto tech to cosmetology to veterinary assistant to dental assistant to early childhood education to creating mobile apps for phones and stuff. They have so many totally awesome programs over there that if you're interested in any of them, you should go there. To find out more about the programs, open up the PowerPoints and click in programs here. It'll take you to the planning guide, and it'll list all the programs and tell you a little bit about each one. For those of you who aren't familiar with Pickens, it's a technical college that Aurora Public Schools partners with, and you can go to Pickens they're usually in 3-hour blocks of time in the morning or the afternoon. And you go there for 3 hours and you get 3 elective credits that then apply to your high school transcripts. Some classes have math credits or English credits as well. Then there's concurrent enrollment. Concurrent enrollment is about getting high school credit and college credit at the same time. So the great thing about it is that you can go to the Community College of Aurora, take an English class there, and it counts for college credit, and it also counts for high school credit for English. Then there's the Ascent program, which is kind of along the same lines as concurrent enrollment. Ascent was actually created for undocumented students, but it's really open for anybody now. You do need enough credits at Pickens or CCA to be able to qualify. So you have to be in one of those programs for a little bit, your junior or senior year. But then what will happen is that if you haven't completed the degree, for Pickens they give certificates in dental assisting or whatever the program, and at CCA they give associate's degrees, 2-year degrees. If you haven't completed the degree, but you've been in some of the classes there, then what will happen is that APS will hold your diploma for a year, and you can go to either Pickens or CCA for free for that year to finish up and get that associate's degree or to get the certificate from Pickens. All you have to do is apply as a senior. So you have to be part of the programs and then apply. And then you could be an Ascent person. All right, everybody, that's all we have for credits you need to graduate and some tips for being successful. When you have questions, make sure to contact me. Go to the counseling page in the bottom left-hand corner of the counseling page. You'll see my contact information. You can call, text, or email. And I'll see you around class and see you online. Thanks.